friends, welcome to CEC Gurukul Live Lectures. Dear friends, this is our another session on career counseling called Pratibha Samvardhan. Dear friends, in our previous sessions, we gave you an insightful session where we talked about management lessons from Mahabharata. Today also in the series, we are going to talk on this particular area. I would say area because we are going to discuss how time management and strategic thinking were the part of Mahabharata. Now you might be wondering how we could think this way. Yes, we could think this way also because we have with us in our studios Mr. Debashish Satapathy. He is the Chief General Manager HR NBCC, and he has this expertise because he has learnt Mahabharata at a stretch and he loves each and every character. He has just carved out the image of every character, and as a whole he is able to find out, he is able to correlate how every character from the Mahabharata has a contemporary relevance. So let's take advantage from his expertise and let's try to understand Mahabharata from his point of view, and let's try to understand how time management played an important role if you have heard about or if you have learned about Mahabharata. So let's welcome our guest, Mr. Debashish, once again. Hello sir, welcome to the session. So in the previous sessions also we have discussed about Mahabharata and how they helped us, the characters helped us in learning the management. If we connect the characters to the contemporary world, we could find the characters everywhere around us. So because you have had an in-depth analysis, in-depth study of Mahabharata, so how do you think that time management was the crucial portion, was the crucial part?
Right. Thank you very much for the invitation. Let me tell you, Mahabharata is a timeless, it's a reservoir of knowledge and wisdom. You would name any management concept, it must be there in Mahabharata. You talk of planning, organizing, strategizing, motivating, delegating, 360-degree feedback, potential appraisal, reverse mentoring, prevention of sexual harassment, time management. You talk of any concept in management, it must be there in Mahabharata. So today we are talking about time management and we will be learning from certain incidents from Mahabharata how you should manage your time so that you can utilize it better. So in Mahabharata, on the fourth day of Mahabharata, Bhisma Pitama, who was the army chief of Kauravas, he was creating havoc. He was mercilessly killing the warriors and the soldiers of Pandavas, and they were thinking as if in the next 2 days the war is coming to an end. So then they discussed what to do. In the discussion, Krishna was there, then Yudhishthira, then Arjuna, then Nakula, Sahadeva, Bhima, they were all there. Then they thought what to do. Because since he was creating lots of havoc, it was a discussion at the Pandava side. There was a discussion which has happened among the Pandavas, and Krishna was leading that discussion. And they felt that if you are not going to take the action immediately, then probably there will be a havoc which is going to be created after 2 days. So what they did, they felt what to do. Then Krishna could remember that before the war started, Yudhishthira and Arjuna, they had gone to take the blessings of Bhisma Pitamaha before the war started. And Bhisma Pitamaha had given them the blessings of Bija Bhava. So they felt that if he has given the blessings of Bija Bhava, now he is standing in between the victory and the Pandavas. So in the evening, Yudhishthira and Arjuna, they went to Bhisma Pitamaha and they went to him, and they were communicated by Krishna that you go and return the blessings which he had given you, that is Bija Bhava. Then they went, and then Bhisma Pitamaha asked them in the evening that why you would like to return the blessings which I have given. Then they said, since you are standing in between the victory and we people, so we have come to return you. Then he said, anything which I have given you, I cannot take it back. So then they said, then what to do? You have given us already the blessings. Then Bhishma indicated that if a Nari would come in front of him, then he will renounce the arms and ammunitions. And next day, that's exactly happened. And when Yudhishthira asked him how a Nari can come in the war, because as per the code of the war, they cannot really participate in the war. Then he said, who has sent you? Now Krishna has sent us. Now go and ask him how a Nari will come in the war. Then when they communicated to Krishna, Krishna said, for you, Sikhandi is a male. For him, it is female, because in his last birth, he was Amba. So next day that exactly happened. Amba came, and in the war, Bhishma Pitama renounced his arms and ammunitions. And that was the situation when Arjuna was waiting for, and he started putting arrows on his body, and he went for Sarasajya. What I'm trying to communicate is that at that point of time, when they felt that he's creating lots of nuisance and so he's creating lots of casualties, that point of time, the killing Bhishma Pitamaha was important but not urgent. If they would have delayed this particular thing, then at one point of time it would have been urgent as well as important. And as per Stephen Coy's, everything whatever you do in your day-to-day life, that could be categorized into 4 categories, right? One is urgent and important. Second is not urgent but important. Third is not urgent but not important. Then comes urgent, not important. So this particular thing, proactively they tried to eliminate Bhishma Pitamaha is coming under important but not urgent. So anything which is coming on your way, if you are not going to take care of and you are not really attending to, then that thing would be graduated to urgent and important. So coming to you people, the students, those who are listening to me, in your career, when you are young, if you are not taking care of your health, then it is important today and not urgent. But if you are neglecting your health, one day it will be urgent and important, and doctor is going to tell you that now it is urgent. You need to take care of your health. Same thing with your studies also. During young time, when you are a youth, that point of time, if you are not going to take care of your health through your studies, and you are not preparing for your examinations, then one day when the examination will be near, that point of time it will be urgent as well as important. And when it is urgent and important and it's a crisis, that point of time it will be difficult for you to manage. So the lesson from this particular incident of how they eliminated from Bhishma Pitama from the battlefield, that it's a learning for all of us, that it was at one point of time important but not urgent. If they would have neglected, then probably Bhishma would have finished the war within a day or two. Since they have proactively they initiated the process of eliminating him from the battlefield by putting Sikhandi in front of him, so they could ensure that the war would continue, and finally they will win the war. So that's the learning from Mahabharata in that particular incident on time management.
And I could perceive out, we always talk about taking right decisions at the right time.
Yes.
So from this specific part, as you explained, that the decision was taken, so we could well quote that in our personal lives too, as Mahabharata taught us, take decisions at the right time, and it will bear fruits in the future too.
Yes.
On the 10th day of Mahabharata, Bhishma was leading the Kaurava forces. His expertise on the battlefield was causing massive casualties among Pandava troops, demoralizing them and making it clear that as long as Bhishma fought, victory for Pandavas was impossible. Krishna felt that it is important to stop him before it becomes urgent and suggested placing Sikhandi in front of Arjuna during the battle against Bhishma. Sikhandi took the lead in the attack against Bhishma. True to his word, Bhishma did not raise his weapons against Sikhandi. This moment of vulnerability allowed Arjuna, who was behind Sikhandi, to shoot numerous arrows at Bhishma. Bhishma's body was pierced by so many arrows that he fell from his chariot. Let me share with you the management lesson from this epic. In Stephen Coy's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It discusses the importance of prioritizing tasks that are important but not urgent. These are activities that contribute significantly to our long-term goals and success, even if they do not require immediate action. Covey categorized activities into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. Krishna, acting as the strategist for the Pandavas, devised a plan to address this challenge of Bhisma before it becomes an urgent crisis. This proactive action falls under Covey's Quadrant 2, which is important but not urgent. Analysis through Covey's framework. Proactive action. By addressing the issue before it escalated to a crisis, Krishna demonstrated proactive behavior, a key principle in Covey's teachings. This aligns with the habit of being proactive, which emphasizes taking initiative and preventing problems before they arise. Focus and prevention. Krishna's strategy was a preventive measure. In Covey's framework, focusing on important but not urgent activities helps prevent crises and problems in the future. Long-term thinking. Krishna's actions reflect long-term thinking. He recognized that eliminating Bhisma was crucial for Pandava's ultimate victory. This aligns with the habit number 2, begin with the end in mind, where one plans and acts with long-term goals in mind. In Covey's terms, Krishna's strategy to place Sikhandi in front of Bhisma was a classic example of focusing on Quadrant 2 activities, important but not urgent. This strategic foresight prevented the situation from escalating into an urgent crisis and played a crucial role in Pandava's long-term goals of winning the war. By addressing this crucial task before it becomes an emergency, Krishna ensured the Pandavas were not caught in a reactive cycle, but instead on a proactive and strategic path to victory.
How does the other characters were involved in the time management? Are there other quotes also, other incidences also?
Yes, yes. There is one more incident which has happened in Mahabharata, and we need to learn a lot from this particular incident in terms of the time management. When in the Chakravyuha, Arjuna's teenage son Abhimanyu was mercilessly killed by all the warriors put together. Next day, in his last rites, all the warriors came one by one to give floral tribute to him, to his departed soul. When Jayadratha came, Arjuna was furious. He said, Jayadratha, you cannot touch my son. That will be an insult for my son. Since you are the reason for my son's death. And then he declared that Jayadratha, tomorrow you will not see the sunset. If you will see the sunset, then I will do self-immolation. So that kind of declaration he did in public. Next day, the war started, and both Jayadratha and Arjuna both are disturbed. Jayadratha was disturbed because a declaration has come from Arjuna that he is going to kill him before the sunset. Arjuna was also quite disturbed, since he has to kill Jayadratha before the sunset, otherwise he will do self-immolation. So while fighting with Jayadratha, he was looking towards the sun, when the sun is going to set. So he was aiming his arrows towards Jayadratha. At the same time, he was also looking towards the sun again and again. And you know what has happened finally. Krishna covered the sun, and there was a illusion that it has become evening, and then Jayadratha was very happy that I am not being killed. Now Arjuna is going to do self-immolation. But Krishna, after some time, he again removed the cover which he did over the sun, and there was a sunlight again came, and so it was not sunset. It was time was there for the sunset, and Arjuna killed Jayadratha. But what I am trying to communicate is that when Arjuna was fighting, that point of time he was keeping a track of the movement of sun, and he was again and again tracking, and he was also talking to Krishna and guiding Krishna that please move very fast. So the beautiful learning from that is that first learning from this particular incident is that when there is a for the time management, prioritization is very, very important. Prioritization, and for Arjuna, prioritization was killing to Jayadratha, And for a student, it's important that what kind of priority you are going to have in your life. Is it my entrance examination for a exam? Is it my focus towards appearing a examination for any selection of a position, or my aim is to complete my PhD program? So you need to understand what kind of priority you need to have in your life. So that's very important. Otherwise, many students I find, they put their legs into too many things, right? And in the process, they lose sight of the focus. Second is focus and concentration. Once you've decided the prioritization, my priority is appearing for an entrance examination or appearing for a competitive examination, then you need to focus on that particular examination, and you need to have complete concentration on that particular job. That's another important thing which you need to learn so far as the time management is concerned. Third is tracking and monitoring. So if you have got 1 year to prepare, how much time you are going to spend for preparing the MCQ, how much time you have for doing the practice, how much time you are having to do a mock interview kind of thing. So that micromanagement of your time of 1 year is very, very important. So prioritization, focus and concentration, time tracking and monitoring, 3 important things if you do in your career, then you are going to get the success. So that's a beautiful learning from Mahabharata.
Very true. Beautiful learning from the Mahabharata, as well quoted by you only, that you need to prioritize things, and whatever is happening and whatever is going to happen is with a reason and for a reason. So every person is playing his or her part for a reason.
Yeah.
So our students need to learn from you that how Mahabharata has depicted through the various characters that we need to work continuously. We need to flow with a reason and for a reason.
Right.
After Abhimanyu's tragic death, Arjuna vowed to avenge his son's death by killing Jayadrath before sunset or face self-immolation. He declared that, "Jayadrath, I promise that you will not see tomorrow's sunset, else I will immolate myself." Arjuna set a time-bound target for himself in front of Guru Dronacharya and other warriors. Next day he was quite furious and started confronting all the warriors with vigor. However, he was constantly keeping an eye towards the movement of sun to calculate the time left for the sunset so that he would manage time to strategize the killing of Jayadrath. His constant vigil towards movement of sun was also noticed by Krishna. Let me share with you the management lesson from this epic. Arjuna's constant vigil over the movement of sun exemplifies the importance of time management. Arjuna's behavior during the Mahabharata war highlights several key principles that are relevant to managing time effectively in any organizational setting. They are prioritization, focus and concentration, time tracking and monitoring. Let's discuss them one by one. Prioritization. Arjuna prioritized his actions based on the urgency of his promise to kill Jayadratha before sunset. In organizations, effective time management requires prioritizing tasks and activities based on their importance and deadlines. By focusing on high priority tasks first, individuals and teams can ensure that critical objectives are met within the available time frame. Focus and concentration. Arjuna remained focused and concentrated on the task at hand, constantly monitoring the movement of the sun to gauge how much time he had left. Similarly, in business, maintaining focus and concentration is essential for maximizing productivity and achieving goals within tight deadlines. Minimizing distractions and staying fully engaged in tasks can help individuals make the most of their available time. Time tracking and monitoring. Arjuna's vigilance over the sun's movement exemplifies the importance of tracking and monitoring time when working towards deadlines. In organizations, tracking time spent on various activities allows individuals and teams to assess progress, identify potential bottlenecks, and make necessary adjustments to stay in schedule. To conclude, in today's fast-paced business environment, organizations often face tight deadlines and competitive pressures. Effective time management is crucial for meeting deadlines, achieving goals, and maximizing productivity.
So are there other incidences too which motivates us that yes, time management is crucial and very important in life?
Right. So there is a theory called there is a law called Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law says time spreads as per the availability of time. It's very simple. Work spreads as per the availability of time, right? Suppose I'm giving an example. I have been given by my boss to write an essay, and he says that you give me by evening. I will take the entire day to complete that particular essay. And if he says that you need to give me in 1 hour, I will also finish it in 1 hour. So, and he will say, no, you have to finish in half an hour. I will also finish in half an hour. And if he will say you need to finish in 5 days, I will also do in 5 days. What I am trying to communicate is that because work spreads as per the available time, we take for granted that I have got 1 year complete with me to finish my responsibility which has been given to me or preparing for my examination. And we are little lazy, we are little lethargy at the beginning, thinking that we have complete 1 year. But you see, when the examination is fast approaching, that point of time we were in hurry. We are in hurry. And we focus too much and leaving all other things, neglecting our health and all this. So what I'm trying to communicate is that if you are following the Parkinson's law, work spreads as per the time availability, it's better to utilize the time from the beginning to the end, not less time at the beginning, more time at the end. So it should be equally spread in the entire time, whatever is available. There is one more incident, there is one same incident which I have explained to you people, that is killing Jayadratha. That's another thing we need to learn from this lesson, is that from this incident is that when Arjuna killed Jayadratha, that point of time Arjun was instructed by Krishna that don't delay. And now when the iron is hot, strike it. And he was given instruction immediately that kill him. Because here is the sun and sunset is yet to happen, and here is Jayadratha. You kill him. So this is coming under the category of urgent and important as per Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Here, there are many occasions in your life when the opportunity will be coming, and you need to strike it, and you need to grab it in both the hands. And if you feel that this is an opportunity, I'll be getting so many opportunities in future, let me just neglect it, it may so happen that this opportunity may not come. That is why they say opportunity doesn't come again and again. So you need to, if you are getting an opportunity of even lower level position in your career, grab it, prepare it for higher level positions. I have seen many IS officers joining as a probationer officer in different organizations, joining as a lecturer in different colleges, joining as a income tax officer in different organizations, but they have grabbed this opportunity, and subsequently when they have got the better opportunity, they have moved also. So it may so happen that if thinking that I will be getting a better opportunity in future, let me neglect the first opportunity which has come in front of me, that opportunity may not come. So that's another learning from this particular incident of Mahabharata.
Wonderful. So well quoted, and it is always said your success is decided by the opportunities you get, and the way you grab them, it is more important.
Yes.
Because many a times we get opportunities and we segregate. Yeah. No, this is not for me. I'm not meant for this. But this is such a beautiful lesson from Mahabharata which you have well depicted over here, and each one of us are struggling for the opportunities. Kash koi mauka mil jaye. Maybe we get the opportunities, even it is of low level, because we know that once we are at the lowest ladder, we will at the lowest step of the ladder, the day will come, we'll be at the highest. But that first step is required, and one who has grabbed that is the winner, and one who has not will be struggling for the entire life.
After Abhimanyu's tragic demise, Arjuna vowed to revenge his son's death by killing Jayadratha before sunset or face self-immolation. He declared that, Jayadratha, I promise that you will not see tomorrow's sunset, else I will immolate myself. Arjun set a time-bound target for himself in front of Guru Dronacharya and other warriors. Next day, he was quite furious and started confronting all the warriors with vigor. However, he was constantly keeping an eye towards the movement of the sun to calculate this time left for the sun to set, so that he would manage time to strategize the killing of Jayadratha. His constant vigil towards movement of sun was also noticed by Krishna. Let me start with the management lesson from this epic. The international bestseller book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, introduces the concept of the time management matrix, also known as urgent important matrix. This matrix categorizes tasks into 4 quadrants based on their urgency and importance. Quadrant 1, urgent and important. Tasks in this quadrant are both urgent and important, requiring immediate attention. Examples include crisis, deadlines, and pressing problems. Quadrant 2, not urgent but important. Tasks in this quadrant are important for long-term success and fulfillment, but may not be immediately pressing. Examples include strategic planning, relationship building, and personal development. Quadrant 3, urgent but not important. Tasks in this quadrant are urgent but do not contribute significantly to long-term goals or values. They often involve distractions, interruptions, and other people's priorities. Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. Tasks in this quadrant are neither urgent nor important, are often time wasters. Examples include excessive social media browsing, trivial activities, and unnecessary busy work. Arjuna's primary goal was to fulfill his vow to kill Jayadratha before sunset. This task falls aptly into quadrant 1, which is both urgent and important, requiring immediate attention. The consequence of failing to achieve this goal of not killing Jayadratha is severe, as Arjuna was vowed to immolate himself if unsuccessful.
So, if we talk about Mahabharata as alone, because you have an in-depth analysis, in-depth study on Mahabharata, it's a series of consequences, but the series of the events which took place has something which has always motivated us. Though it is not a scripture for learning, it is, I would say, it's each character has something or the another to give us, to teach us. So what do you think, what is the greatest learning from Mahabharata?
Greatest learning from Mahabharata from the professional point of view is that there is something called, so far as time management is concerned, I will say, we need to understand that today if you ask me, Modi ji is having 24 hours, our minister is having 24 hours, our secretary is having 24 hours, our CMD is having 24 hours, I have also 24 hours. It's important for you how you are going to manage your time and so that you can get the maximum out of it. And I have seen in Mahabharata, the greatest time manager was Krishna. And in various occasions, I find he has utilized his time, every minute of his time, and in this process he has got the time to negotiate with the opposition. As a brand ambassador, as a peace ambassador, he also tried to convince Dhritarashtra that please stop the war which is coming on your way, please stop it. And in many occasions also he has mentored and to Arjuna. And finally, he has convinced Arjuna to start the war. So there are many occasions where I have seen he has utilized his time so well that we all need to learn a lot from him. And if you are going to implement the learning of time management which Krishna has utilized, there will be lots of changes which is going to happen to me, to students also, those are listening to me.
Definitely, and one of the important points which I have perceived through this talk is that one has to keep moving, keep going, keep flowing, because you need to reach a destination, and for reaching that destination you would be facing lots of obstacles, lots of people who would be forcing you not to walk, but still you need to walk and reach for where you are meant for. People say that we are meant for the destinations, but it is we who need to decide whether we want to walk or we want to sit idle. So sir, thank you so much for giving us this wonderful session. And dear friends, we believe that you might have learned a lot from this session, and you are going to learn more, because we would be conducting more and more sessions for you from the Mahabharata, the management lessons, which will not only help you professionally, they will help you personally too. They will help you to grow as an individual. So friends, we would be talking more on the management lessons from Mahabharata. We would be discussing on another important trait which Mahabharata has always taught us. So keep watching us, keep writing us. Your feedbacks are very, very important for us. Thank you so much.